Hey nutmegs, welcome back to another video. My name is Jody B. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be making some spicy orange tofu. If you had tofu before, you didn't like it, trust me, you never tried tofu like this before. So stay tuned. So first things first, you want to make sure you get super firm or pressed tofu. This is going to have the least amount of liquid and will give you better results. So this one is extra firm. It does have a little liquid, so we're going to go ahead and press it to get that extra liquid out. So first I have a bowl. I'm going to put a rack on top. This is just the rack from the toaster. I'm putting that on top of the bowl. I'm putting down a paper towel. On top of that, I'm putting my tofu, another piece of paper towel, and then we are going to find something very, very heavy to put on top of that. And here I'm putting a pan on top of it. And this we leave for about an hour or so. Because it's not that much liquid, I don't need to do it for a longer period of time. But this is just to get out that extra little liquid that it has. This is going to give us a nice crisp tofu. So let's make the sauce. So here I'm adding some cornstarch, and I'll put all the measurements down below so you know exactly how much I'm putting. Here I put some soy sauce, and I'm just mixing this out, making sure there are no lumps. Some rice wine vinegar. You can also use white distilled vinegar or apple cider vinegar, whatever vinegar you have. The juice of 2 oranges, and then the zest of 1 orange. And you want to make sure you're not using orange juice that's concentrated, just the juice of an actual orange. Some brown sugar, and then lastly some red pepper flakes, and you can add more if you want it to be more spicy. So back to our tofu, we're going to cut it up into cubes and transfer it into a bowl. And to that bowl, we're going to add some cornstarch. This is going to make the tofu nice and crisp. Dry it out a bit, and it's going to give it a nice color. And then I'm adding some salt just to season a bit. Just toss that around so it's well distributed. Now let's get cooking. So to a hot pan, we're going to add some olive oil. We're going to get that nice and hot so we can go ahead and crisp up our tofu. So you're just going to add them in one by one. So what is tofu? So basically tofu is just soy milk that has been coagulated and goes through a process to congeal and make tofu. And initially there were a lot of reports that eating a lot of soy foods or a lot of tofu could lead to breast cancer. However, now there's a lot of research that's showing that it's not likely that eating moderate amounts of tofu will lead to or contribute to breast cancer. So it is okay to eat soy foods. It's okay to eat tofu. They actually have some studies that are saying that it helps to prevent or lower your risk of certain cancers. So that's something to note and be mindful of. I have a lot of people that they tell me they do not like tofu, and I have to ask them, first of all, what kind of tofu did you have? And second of all, who made this tofu? Like, where did you get it from? This tofu recipe, I promise you, if you don't like tofu, if you tried it before, if you've never tried it and you're skeptical, try this recipe. You're gonna like it. So here I took all the tofu out. I made it brown on all the sides, and then I'm adding into the same pan. You know how I love to use one pan. Some onions and some green pepper, because now we're going to go ahead and add that sauce in to make it nice and juicy. So we're just cooking this until it's nice and soft. I'm going to add in some garlic. Honestly, I'm using veggies that I have available. I wish I had more. Here I added some green onions. This would have been really good with some carrots. Here I'm adding some ginger or some green beans, some broccoli. You can put any veggies that you like in this. It would be really, really good. I wish I had more veggies, but I did not. So I used what I had. But it still turned out really, really bomb. So now that the veggies are cooked, I'm going to go ahead and add in that sauce that we made at the beginning. And then I'm going to just allow this. I'm turning up the fire. I'm just going to allow this to kind of bubble up, and it's going to get nice and thick. And then we can go ahead and add in our tofu. Look how thick and rich that looks, and that's mainly because of the cornstarch that we used. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our tofu. And then we're just gonna get it covered up in that sauce. You do not have to cook this for long. It's already cooked, but we just want to make sure we're coating the tofu in the sauce and making sure that it's nicely distributed. I personally like this with some white rice, just some plain white rice with some broccoli on the side. That's how I like to eat it, but you can obviously pair it with whatever you like, whatever sides that you desire. And this is it. It's all done. Look how good that looks with the onions and the green peppers, that sauce, which is like spicy and also a little sweet and tangy from the orange. This is so, so good. You know how I like to top, we got to top with something. So I'm just putting a little green onion on the top, just for a little crunch, a little color. And then I'm putting some sesame seeds on, and that just makes it nice and pretty. And then it's a seed, so it's good for you. I can't wait for you to try this. My mom, who's actually a vegetarian, she doesn't like tofu. She tried this and she was obsessed. It's really, really good. Look on that. I really, really hope you try this recipe. So yummy. I really hope you try this recipe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you tried, if you would try it. Don't forget to hit that like button, and please, please, please subscribe so we can grow this channel. Send to a friend. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.